When you decide to be intimate with someone, do you think it's just pleasure, just chemistry, just the here and now? But what if I told you it's much more than that? That every encounter, every touch, every surrender leaves a mark you cannot see, but that stays with you forever? That after each act, a part of you stops belonging to you? Most people don't want to hear this. They prefer to believe that sex is just a transaction between bodies, a fleeting experience without consequences. But if that were the case, why do some people feel empty after a night with someone? Why are there those who can't forget certain people, even as time passes? Why do some get emotionally entangled with someone they had no intention of becoming attached to? Here's the truth that few accept. Intimacy goes beyond the flesh. It is an invisible pact, an exchange of energies that cannot be undone so easily. And every time you unite with someone, you carry more with you than you think. Think about this. Have you ever felt that after being with someone, something in you changed? Maybe it was a subtle feeling, an inexplicable emotional heaviness, a sadness that didn't make sense, or on the contrary, an euphoria that felt strangely artificial. It's no coincidence. It's not just your mind playing tricks on you. It's real. Because when you connect with someone at that level, your energies intertwine. It doesn't matter if you believe in this or not. It doesn't matter if you ignore it or laugh at it. It happens. And if you are not conscious of who you are giving access to your essence, you could end up carrying energies that don't belong to you, traumas that were never yours, shadows that didn't exist in you before. This is where many go wrong. They think they can separate everything, body on one side, emotions on another, energy apart. But human beings don't work that way. You can't play with fire and expect not to get burned. You can't open the door to your soul and expect no one to leave footprints when they leave. Every time you choose to share your intimacy with someone, you are doing more than just a physical act. You are letting someone enter your energetic field. And if that person carries negativity, frustrations, fears, or open wounds, guess what? All of that can imprint on you. Have you ever heard of energetic ties? It's not just poetry. It's not just a metaphor. It's real. And the proof lies in people who remain bound to someone they no longer have contact with. People who have cut all physical ties with someone and yet can't stop thinking about them, can't move on, can't feel complete without them. That's not just nostalgia. It's not a whim of the mind. It's the echo of a bond that still exists. An invisible thread that doesn't break just because you decide it should. And here is where it gets worse. The more you share your intimacy without awareness, the more threads tie you to people who may never have deserved a piece of your energy. And the more you give yourself without thinking, the more fragmented you become. It's no coincidence that many people who have had multiple partners feel emptier over time, as if something in them has scattered, as if they are no longer the same. And no, it's not because sex is bad. It's not because pleasure is wrong. It's because there is something deeper being ignored. The problem is not intimacy. The problem is unconsciousness. It's believing that you can enter and exit someone's energy without consequences. It's treating something sacred as if it were a game. Here's the harsh truth. Every time you have intimacy with someone, you take a part of their energy with you, and they take a part of yours. Now tell me, are you sure you want to carry the weight of every person you've been with? Because here's the paradox. You seek pleasure, but end up with burdens. You seek connection, but end up more fragmented. You seek freedom, but end up chained to memories, to energies, to invisible bonds that are not easily cut. So the next time you think about sharing your intimacy with someone, ask yourself this. Who is this person really? What kind of energy do they carry? Is this someone I want to intertwine with on a level beyond the physical? Because in the end, it's not just about the moment. It's about what remains afterward. And if you are not aware of what you leave behind and what you take with you, you might wake up one day feeling empty without knowing why. Think about this. How many times have you been with someone and afterward, for no apparent reason, felt exhausted, as if something inside you had changed, as if you had left a piece of yourself behind, or worse, as if you had absorbed something that wasn't yours? That is not a coincidence. It is the consequence of what no one explains to you. Because no one tells you that sex is not just physical, that there are wounds you cannot see, but that remain. And this is where it gets dangerous. Because when you share your intimacy with someone, you are not just connecting with their energy. You are connecting with everything they carry. Imagine that each person is like a glass of water. Some are filled with light, peace, and clarity. But others are filled with shadows, trauma, and scars that never healed. Now tell me, what glass are you drinking from? When you give yourself to someone, their essence intertwines with yours. Their story becomes tangled with yours. Their past leaves marks on your present. And if that person has not healed, if that person carries fears, toxicity, insecurities, unresolved pain, where do you think all that energy goes? Exactly, to you. Because intimacy is not just an act, it's a transfer. And what you absorb from others doesn't always leave easily. Now tell me something. If you could see the energetic burden of every person you've been with, would you feel comfortable with what you've allowed into your life? This is the problem with unconsciousness. We've been taught to protect our money, our homes, our privacy. But who taught us to protect our energy? Most people go through life giving away pieces of themselves, believing they can play with intimacy without consequences, thinking everything stays in the bedroom, and that when it's over, it's over. But here's the truth that few accept. It doesn't end. Now let me pause for a moment and introduce something important. Our book, Your Higher Self, is now available. In the first comment of this video, you will find the purchase link and all the information. This is not just a book. It is a journey of inner discovery, where you will learn to reprogram your mind, change your environment, and transform every aspect of your life. You will learn to feel complete like never before. Your higher self, a deeper connection. Some people, after just one encounter, feel that something in their life has changed. Their thoughts are different. Their mood is no longer the same, and they don't understand why. They don't realize that every intimate act is an exchange of memories, emotions, invisible burdens. And the more unconscious you are about whom you share your body with, the more vulnerable you are to what you absorb. That's why some people, after a period of promiscuity, feel more broken than ever. It's no coincidence. They have given away so much of themselves that they no longer know who they are. They have accumulated so much from others that their own energy is mixed with too many foreign shadows. Now think about yourself. Who has left their mark on you? How many people have influenced your energy? without you knowing. I'm not telling you to avoid pleasure. I'm not telling you to isolate yourself. But I am telling you to wake up, to start seeing intimacy for what it truly is, a sacred act, an energetic pact, an exchange that shapes you more than you realize. And the worst part? Many realize this when it's too late. So before you give yourself to someone, ask yourself, does this person deserve to take a part of me? Because I'll tell you this, some energies heal and some destroy. You decide which ones you mix with. If you've read this far, leave a comment saying, my energy is sacred. Because if you truly understand this, you will know that it's not about fear, morality, or imposed rules. It's about protecting the most valuable thing you have, your essence. And if this video made you reflect, subscribe, because there are truths the world doesn't want you to know, and we reveal them all. See you in the next video.